Welcome to Unifier TV, where truth has no fear. Just when I thought I couldn't be more surprised, I'm a little surprised. Dr. Carolyn Hall, anyone calls himself a doctor, they put on glasses and think they know what they're talking about, but clearly this woman does not. Let's see. All right, so here we have Dr. Carolyn Hall. I'm just gonna call her Carolyn Hall. I don't know why I haven't done any research on this lady. I don't know if she has a doctorate or not, but anyone calls himself a doctor, anyway. Um, this is the thing. Clearly, you see the issue: hood feminism, equity. When you throw around words like that, you are embracing victimhood over anything else. But check out what this woman says.
Now, because of this absence of healthy eating options, and also this socioeconomic stresses that come along with trying to eat healthy, and the lack of healthy food options,
lack of healthy food options, I'm not buying that. Nowadays, you can even go into places like Sprouts, expensive Sprouts, and use your EBT card. So I'm not buying that for a second, that there are no healthy options for people in these inner cities who are broke. Because when I was growing up, you were very limited on what you could buy. Sometimes you were embarrassed at the register. You have your card up there, you're thinking you're good, you get ready to check out, and you'll have the cashier have to sit stuff aside because it's not on the approved list for EBT. But nowadays, this is crazy, the kind of stuff you get. I think in some places you can even get clothes with your food stamp card.
because I got to make some tough choices. Now I'm aiding to the obesity epidemic. Because notice that in Black and Latino communities, we have higher rates of obesity, higher rates of diabetes, higher rates of inflammation.
Now look, that's a fact. Now we know this. We know that the diabetes epidemic, the other epidemics that are going around, like high blood pressure, yes, some of those things are more prevalent in certain demographics, especially Black people. But that is a choice. That's a choice. It's a choice that you make to eat certain foods. And a lot of times you feel like you have no other choice because it's affordable. It's right there. But nowadays, like I said before, if you have financial issues and you are on government assistance, your options are much more wide open than they used to be. But a lot of times people choose the quick and easy option because it's cheap, because maybe it's a single parent, they don't have time to cook. Whatever the reason is, you do have a choice. And the choice that you make is not a reflection of any kind of racism. You decided to do that. Like for the same amount of money that you can go buy a Happy Meal, because I think Happy Meal is about $6. For that same amount of money, you could have got a loaf of bread, some lunch meat, and cheese for about the same amount of money. So you do have options.
Right? All these things are sort of converging at one time. Higher rates of hypertension, right? And then, not to mention that in most of these urban areas, right?
What's with the glasses? I'm distracted by the glasses, and you could tell by her eyes that the glasses are not even prescription. She's got these big old frames with fake lenses in them. I mean, it's not fashionable. It's just is that supposed to make you look smarter? It's supposed to make you more like a sister girl. Like what is this?
There are no parks, no recreation centers where people can walk safely. They can't safely walk around their communities.
So because there's no rec centers in your community, people can't walk to be healthier. There's nowhere to walk. There are just because you can't. So you can't go outside of your community and walk. You can walk inside of a rec center. So if you can't walk outside, you can walk in the rec center, or you can go to a local store and just walk around. What are they going to say to you for walking around? If it's that important to you to walk around, there's all kinds of spaces and places to walk. Go somewhere else. Hop on the bus, get in your car, go to a better neighborhood where you can walk. It's not that difficult.
Times, right? So now not only am I giving them all these sugary treats and sweets to make the food stretch, but now they have no place to go out and play and walk. Not to mention that we've become a very, very sedentary society because of all these games and social media and all this other stuff, right? So now mama got medical expenses. She has higher food expenses. She has higher rent expenses, right? Pretty Brown Eyes says no green space at all. So now what you have to think. So now what happens is as a hood feminist and a womanist, right? My issues are so much bigger. hood feminist and a womanist.
What is that? What is that? 'Cause so is there such thing as being a feminist for men? I would think if you're a feminist, you're supporting women. What is a womanist? I think you covered that when you said feminist.
Right? My issues are so much bigger than fighting to be seen and heard by white men or be equal to white men. My issues are so much bigger than just trying to be heard or seen by white men. My issues are so much bigger than that.
What does health and obesity and high blood pressure rates, hypertension have to do with the white man? See, this is what happens when you embrace victim mentality. You're no longer accountable for your actions. Therefore, you don't come up with a healthy solution to not continue to do the same thing that lands you exactly where you are.
My issues are issues that not only have to do with my femaleness, my gender, but they also have to do with my culture, with my race, right? And so it takes us back to this idea that this intersectional nature of what it means to be both black and female, right? There's a very, very intersectional nature between being black and female that we can never separate. And so this is why most times black women.
It's an intersectional nature. First of all, I don't think that's a word, but let's say it is for fun. Let's just have fun with it. An intersectional nature of being a black and being a woman that you can't separate. So you're not just black, you're not just a woman, but you're a black woman, which somehow adds more to your struggle. So there are no obese white people out there. There are no obese white people out there who are struggling financially, who feel the need to go eat fast food over groceries. There are no obese white people out there who are dealing with hypertension, high blood pressure, and all these other things that you say Latinos and black people struggle with, which they do, but white people do as well. But you're more worried about being seen by them rather than knowing that we're all in this together.
Women do not feel included within the context of the feminist movement because they got so many more issues to fight. Most times, black women do not feel included within the context of the feminist movement.
I'm sorry, but black women are leading the feminist movement. I don't buy that for a minute. I don't buy that for an absolute minute. Black women are on the front line of the feminist movement. You can't say anything to them. You got to do everything for them and don't ask for anything in return. So the feminist movement is a losing movement. It's a failed movement. It's always going to be, because women are not supposed to be alpha. Women, look, that's another topic for another day. But black women are leading the feminist movement. So how can you not feel included? Seriously though, I don't feel for a second the feminist movement would be as loud and proud without the influence of black women. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be where it is, even though it's a losing movement.
We got to figure out what is our fight. Okay? So when we're talking about this food insecurity, there's some factors and some barriers, right? Because this is all part of what hood feminists are fighting against.
She just said it's not our fight. Their fight. It's not their fight. But then she said the hood women are fighting against it. If it's not your fight, why the hell are you making this video? You're saying that all these things that you're dealing with are not your fight, but you're making a video about fighting it. Am I missing something here? Did someone get something from what she said outside of how I am perceiving it? Does she actually make a point? Am I missing something? Let me know in the comments, because this don't make no damn sense.